Oh man. Wow. Hi everyone, I've got a bit of a different one for us today. We're going to be looking at my final manuscript for Hunted. So it's recently come to my attention through beta readers and research that I use a thing called filter words. So filter words, if you're not aware, are words that sort of remove you from the person's narrative. Sort of it puts a step between the reader and the voice of the story. Whether that be first person or third person, it works in both instances. So when you use filter words, you're creating a barrier between the reader and the point of view. For example, there are words such as see, saw, I saw this, I heard that, she heard this, she saw that. If you're in a character's point of view, then it's quite obvious that if you're writing about seeing something or hearing something, that is coming from the persons who you are writing from. I'm not sure any of us are ready to see what these filter words are. I say that because the first one is see. Some examples might include see and also past tense. So see, saw, hear, heard, think, thought, touch, touched, wonder, wondered, seem, seemed, decide, decided, know, knew, feel, felt, notice, noticed, realise, realised, watch, watched, sound, sounded. And there's a couple more on this website that I will link below. The article does a really good job of explaining sort of how you can correct yourself, which is fantastic. So, moment of truth, I write in Word, which means I can do a find function. So let me just get my final manuscript up. Now, admittedly, I probably should have done this before I sent it for its final copy edit. Let's do C. Oh dear, 186 examples. Some of these examples, some of these words are needed. I am a full believer in that. So just because there are these words here, I don't have to take out all of those words just because they're filter word. However, there are some instances where they are needed. I watched a video actually, I think she's called Alexa Donne, she does quite a few videos on YouTube, talking about a time when she deliberately kept certain words in for effect. So there is that as well. And sometimes these words are just needed to create whatever picture you're trying to create. So we're deliberately talking about these words being used to create a barrier between the reader and the point of view. Okay. So, I mean, that's not a great start. 186. I don't think hear and heard are needed as much as I have them in. So that's going to be interesting. Oh, this blooming chair keeps squeaking. I need a new one. But comfy office chairs cost a lot. Oh, I've got 111 thoughts. Some of you may not know, fun little side fact. I don't like ones. I don't like ones. I don't like when they're all together. So like 11, 11, 11. That kind of freaks me out, not gonna lie. So I remember, as proper tangent now, the 11th of the 11th of the 11th. So the 11th of November 2011. And I had a dentist appointment. And I'd already postponed it a couple of times, or it got cancelled a couple of times. This was like the 4th or 5th attempt to get to the dentist. And I freaked myself out so much, I said to my dad, I was like, Dad, I can't drive to the dentist. Can you? Now my dad puts up with a lot. Bless him, he actually did take me. I don't know how I managed to swing that. But he took me to the dentist. Clearly I was quite convincing in my argument about ones. I have never liked ones. I don't like it when I look at the clock and it's 11:11. It really freaks me out. But either way, So there are 111 thoughts, so that's going to have to be rectified because I'm not having 111 in my manuscript. Think. Is think? That's a word on its own, isn't it? Nope. Oh, like thinking. Ooh. Ooh. Thinking. Yeah. Man, 22 thinkings. Thinking. 4. Yeah. There are too many results to show here. How do you spell thoughts? Why doesn't it look like a real word? Like noughts, isn't it? Thoughts, noughts, noughts. Oh, man. Wow. Oh, too many 11s. Oh, no. Yeah, no. Okay, guys. That's not as bad as I thought. Well, no. So I think for me, my most common ones are things like see, saw, hear, heard, think, thought, seemed, know and knew. I have 153 no's. Which, you want to have a look at some examples. So I'm going to do like a really bad one. I'm going to do C. 93 results. Yeah, see, I don't need that. As he lowered his arm, he was surprised to see it was completely dark in his room. I don't need that. I could simply do, as he lowered his arms, he was surprised it was completely dark in his room. Boom! First one done. Trying to, instead of I'm just going to put a different word. So sound steady. Trying to identify what the problem might be. Perfect! I think in speech, I've got quite a bit in speech now. That's fine. Like, oh, I'll see you at school. I'll see if I can narrow that. That's fine. That's like part of normal speech. Yeah, she quickly jogged down the stairs to see her dad rise from the couch. Just don't need that. She quickly jogged down the stairs as her dad rose from the couch. There we go. Now the reader is more in that sentence. Silly me. When they're not there, it seems much clearer. And then there's some really simple examples where I've literally just taken that out. I may have had to change like a tense word. But so we've got, she looked back to her dad, but his relief was the last emotion she saw. I actually can't read that because it might give away a little bit. So I've just taken some parts of that out. Sometimes it doesn't need a whole like rejigging, you just need to take out the phrases that aren't as good. So filter words, let's recap filter words. Really aren't that great, but we use them so automatically, and then they're never explicitly taught at school. I don't remember being explicitly taught them. They place a barrier, I've said that quite a few times, they place a barrier between you as the reader and the point of view of the characters. It's not needed. We know they can hear and see and feel because it's in their point of view, whether that's first person or third person. It's one of those things. So we don't want to add more in. We want to make it more concise. We want to make it just sound better. And I tell you who does a really good job. So I'll link below some of the websites that I use to look at filter words and like common filter words. And then also I'll link in below another video that I watched that was super helpful and really clear and concise. about how you can change filter words. So she gave examples of what it was before and then what it was after, and it was brilliant, really clear to see. Like, I don't think you necessarily notice it when they're in there. You might think it's a bit clumsy, but when it's not there, it's so clear and the writing is much, much better. So that's how I see it. So I'm really, really happy with what I have done today. And I've actually just sent it through Kindle so that I can order a proof copy. So that should hopefully be arriving in the next few days. But this has taken me like three plus hours to do, and I've probably not even done all the words that I should do, but I hope you like sitting in a different place today. Hope you enjoyed this little vlog video, whatever it turned out to be, not quite sure. Mostly focusing on filter words. Who knew? That's a big thing, and I am very, very good at using filter words, and that's not something I want to be good at. So let's hope I can get a little bit better at filtering. See what I did there? Filtering the filter words out. As before, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're feeling extra generous, maybe subscribe to my channel. It would mean the absolute world to me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. A red-headed woman's voice screeched. Only when she heard retreating footsteps did she excel. Only when she heard the retreating. Blake's body sniffed. Oh, and now I use a lot of these. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. And no, should I beg?